Hey guys, it's Matthew here once again, and just another little bit of a video slash, I guess, mini guide on another pretty basic character, as most of these SSFHC Mayhem race style things are. I wanted to try and just sort of contest the Raider ladder, which obviously had no chance of happening since there's level 98 on there. But either way, I found a few pieces of loot and wanted to make something else on the Mayhem event, since it is pretty fun smashing boxes and harbingers and shit like that. So I went ahead and tried to utilize the White Wind Dagger. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the dagger, it's a pretty basic weapon at this point, which once upon a time was a little bit more special, but it's just got a lot of cold damage on it, a little bit of attack speed, and then some bonus properties if you're only using one weapon. So if you don't use a shield or dual wield, you gain a bunch of extra cold damage and some suppress as well. So the character by design was just supposed to be kind of fast, using Nightblade and some sort of ability. So in this case, I wanted to go more towards Venom Gyre, and then I'm using a 4-link Vile Lightning Strike as a secondary sort of burst sort of situation. I did try out Spectral Throw, tried out Venom Gyre, tried out Helix, Lightning Strike, and Frostblades. Now, for both Lightning Strike and Frostblades, you probably got to actually build a bit more specifically into it, with like additional strike range, that sort of shit. Whereas the others pretty much just get some damage, maybe some approach speed if you really feel like it, and it's good to go. So Venom Gyre has been essentially the skill of choice for the entire playthrough so far. I've got to 85 pretty damn fast. It's a Raider, so I'm just going for the onslaught route, and capped ailment immune and capped capped suppress while having phasing as well, and then just supposed to be kind of a fast character to just run through shit and occasionally whirl and attack, etc, etc. Pretty basic stuff, just trying to get 4 to 5k life, really good evasion, so like, I don't know, 30k, something like that, and freezing everything, and hopefully not taking on too many serious maps. The idea is to get to like level 90 plus at this point, and just try out a few skills and have a bit of fun with the event still. Because for me, the Trickster got to level 93, and the most fun part of doing the mapping grind was to blast really thick packs of harbingers. So I spec'd into like all the harbinger shit on the Atlas tree, and when you have 20 harbingers, on average, like, you're gonna have 5 bosses, I think it is, and those guys can overlap quite profusely. You can hire more and get even more bosses than that, and that means they're gonna be just spawning so many harbingers, and there's just huge amounts of XP happening at that point. I was pulling like 200 mil an hour at level 92 on the Trickster, just doing some cemeteries and running through everything, getting my cold dots up on everything, and just trying to sustain off of the life and ES on kill that the Trickster Ascendancy has. This character does okay at harbingers as well, but procs bubbles are a bit more of an issue. Either way, still pretty damn fun to just blast some pretty fast XP with this. Same with strong boxes, specking into the full strong boxes on the passive tree. You can get some really meaty diviners and arcanists, and yeah, it's pretty fun doing this stuff on Mayhem event, I think. So it is still SSFHC. I got to play a little bit more conservatively and try not to die, and thus far haven't been really dying or coming close to dying, as I measure the risk of what I'm doing. And then in a couple of days there'll be the Delve event. I'll probably just make a cast on crit character, something like that, something a bit more fun, based off of the starting weapons, kind of like what I did last time, I think. Maybe still play HC, not too sure. Might play more SC so I can actually take on dumber bosses and all of that. But yeah, not the spiciest of events, just a good couple of days of fun on that one. And then the Delirium event will roll around, and that's probably a bit whatever. We'll see what happens once we get to it. So either way, let me show you how I've built this character thus far. The character's currently level 85, 5 manifesto waiting room. You know, sure can't wait to read 5 manifestos and backseat develop and read the backseat development. Yay. So the current playtime is 11 hours to get to 85 on the SSFHC. We tried to go kind of fast. Started the character like, I don't know, 1 stream in and then just went pretty fast, I guess, for leveling. Tried out a few skills. Mostly stuck to Venom Gyre, but with some leveling uniques, this shit can go really fast. And even through all the madness that is Mayhem event. So then we're based around this weapon in the end. So just for leveling is using some crappy, you know, cold damage, lightning damage, daggers and stuff. And then eventually scale into this, which it's an okay weapon, but by today's standards, it does get a bit outscaled by other weapons because you then start scaling other types of damage as well. Whereas with this, you have a bunch of cold and you're kind of pigeonholed into cold at that point, and losing a shield does kind of suck because you can get a lot of life and suppress and ailment avoid, some shield nodes, all kinds of stuff. But either way, it's a pretty good basic sort of starter situation. You can definitely play a build like this very early into a league, start a character, pick up a weapon like this for 1 alc, and then take you to yellow/red tier maps without really almost any investment. We're then running a Rat's Nest for Rat's Nest memes, be a bit smaller, be a bit faster. Some 6-link I crafted, but I was trying to get a Queen of the Forest linked up so they can run even faster. Just some boots, you know, ailment avoid, so I can actually be ailment avoid capped, which I am, thanks to Raider as well. Gloves with some accuracy, whatever the fuck belt I had, amulet with some multi, and then I've found a few good rings that just have LE damage with attacks and a bunch of resistance stuff, and that's currently what I'm running. So the current setup for Venom Gyre here is Venom Gyre, GMP, Nightblade, added cold, LE damage with attacks, and cold pen. I was using crit strikes for a while until my crit got better. And I was also running fork for a good while until I ended up speccing into pierce. So now I've got 3 pierce on the Venom Gyre itself, and that also helps for the Val Lightning Strike. So the Val Lightning Strike down here is LE damage attacks, Lightning Strike, Cold Pen, and Nightblade, and it's pretty damn good being able to press this button a lot of the time. I think that's the main difference, honestly, for why Lightning Strike is kind of meta and popular with these Nightblade builds, because of the Val skill being pretty damn good, and most other like skills that you can compare with Nightblade don't have a Val alternative, so, or a Val additional, so it, you know, they lag behind. Either way, Lightning Strike, we all know it's pretty good. The Val on a 4-link does help out for some burst and some extra pack clearing. Then running Herald of Ice, Grace, and Frostblink over here. Faster attacks, Protector, Whirling Blades, Fortify, Sniper's Mark with Mark on hit and life tap, and then Precision as well. Passive tree, I think it's pretty basic. So since we're HC, do have to pick up plenty of life nodes. I think I've got like 170%, maybe, something like that. Went down here first to cap out Suppress, and then cap out Element Avoid, and then over to the Onslaught side just to go faster. The Frenzies are probably more output for DPS overall, but the Frenzy side of the tree means that you usually have to invest points into Frenzies as well. And when you're stretched for points as it is because you're trying to build hardcore, I don't typically really like to take Frenzy side for Raider. So Onslaught, just good clean evasion as well as speed. So currently, as you can see, 88% evade, and then once we blind things as well, it means that you're basically never getting hit. So blind nodes over here, cold nodes, crit nodes, suppress nodes, pierce over there, and you got all your dagger elusive shit, dagger there, and needed some int, and the pathing over here made a bit more sense as well. Might still go for influence for a bit more evasion, but not too sure at the moment. Dagger Masters unfortunately mostly suck for sort of all-rounding stuff. They're a bit specific for what they do for various types of scalings. So just the elusive multi thing is good. If we could pick up the elusive effect from claw thing as well, we would, but there's nothing particularly good. Like maybe if we really wanted to, you could take this for 4 points for life gain on hit and then take the mastery, but I doubt that's worth it. Which means we're not really leaning as heavily into elusive as a normal Nightblade build that goes claws and then the dagger nodes. So don't have currently Withering Step to refresh the elusive. But that's currently the build. Can do pretty much any skill, but they each need their own slight little different touch. Still been using Spectral Throw occasionally, Helix occasionally, but at this stage I think Venom Gyre is pretty much going to be what I stick to until I either get bored or die on this character. Going to try and hit level 90, going to try and blast as fast as I can and see if it's worth going even higher. But at this stage, I don't think I can win anything. Just having fun on the event. So, good basic starter character. Nothing too special. Not going to take you too far, but definitely can take you through the game comfortably, even on SSFHC. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time.